So do you see the other question? What happens if you pay off all installment type loans and your mortgages, but you only have a credit card or two? How does that factor into your overall credit score?
Paying off, well, so there's a few, okay, installment loans.
Yeah, probably like a mortgage or a car loan.
Yeah, so, well, that could, yeah, so sometimes in installment loans, I think of payday loans. So I want to make sure I'm not confusing those or I'm not addressing the wrong issues. So paying off installment loans is great. Don't have those. What was the second part of that question?
If you only got a credit card or two, how does that affect your overall credit score? I think that the point of that is, yeah, she's confirming that it's just a car loan. I think what the point of this is that it's not shutting down those available credits. So even if you're paying them off and they have a zero balance, part of what's factoring in is the fact that you have that as available credit, right? Even though you don't owe on it. Is that?
I'm going to unmute and just clarify.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm wondering about as you get older and maybe this person doesn't need credit anymore. And so maybe it's not even a factor, but if you, does your credit score go down because it says having a mix of credit is a part of the score? So if you only have revolving credit on your credit report, does that make you have a lower score?
Well, I feel like I need more details for that one.
Like you're saying, like somebody like in their 60s or 70s, they've paid off their cars, they've paid off their mortgages. They may have a little bit of a credit card, but actually we've talked about this. Their credit score does go down, right?
Yeah, if they've paid everything off, well, paying things off is a positive. And then there's something else in there. So if this is an older person and they don't necessarily need credit,
Right.
Maybe they don't need it now, but they might need it in 4 or 5 years. So they've had that credit. They've had that credit card for a while. I wouldn't personally. I would not close that out. I would keep that credit card. And then if you pay everything off, you're going to have. If you own, let's say you own your home outright. Okay, if your credit goes down a couple points, okay, but you have tremendous leverage with anybody if you want to access capital. You own that home free and clear. You have options there. So I almost feel like that's
No, I hear you.
a three-pronged question. So we have someone who maybe doesn't need to access credit as they're going down life's trail here, life's path, and they're older. First of all, congratulations for making it that long. Yeah, just because you don't need credit doesn't necessarily you don't want to not have access to it. And I wouldn't I wouldn't do something like, all right, well, I want to make sure I have a mortgage payment or some sort of payment on loan, so I'll just arbitrarily remodel this so I can $50,000 off, so it's going to hurt my credit score. Your credit score might go down a point or two, and I don't know all the details. I would feel free to hit me up on my email or text. Which after last time, nobody there's 5 people I'm still talking to. So
okay, and then one more question there for purposes of having long-standing credit. Does paying off your student loans, if it's the oldest credit line, hurt your credit score?
Well, now that is a loaded question. Didn't that ruling just come down yesterday?
Yeah.
And I haven't read up on it. So, but the judgment came down yesterday, I believe, with student loans. Student loans are a little bit different. They're viewed different. They're treated different. It's almost like a different business. So yes, yeah, it can. Yeah, it can hurt your credit. If that was, I'm not. What was the original question, Tracy?
I think where the questions are coming from is part of. If you want to go back a slide, can you go back one? And it's talking about this is what the makeup, the anatomy of their FICO score. And you're talking about payment history, debt, length of credit history. So I think we're talking about that. It's 15% of that, and then. Somewhere on there, types of credit used, which is your diversity of your credit. I
Yeah.
think we're saying, is it advantageous to pay off, to take something else off rather than student loan if it's the longest one? Heather, you can clarify that if I'm missing it.
Well, that is, you just hit on something pretty important. If you have $100 in bills and you have $75 to pay them, there is a hierarchy of what you want to pay, and it depends on what you're going through. But for this side, so types of credit, that's 10%. So, and the main thing there is trying, if you can, stay away from anything, 18% above. 19% is by definition luxury. That will automatically bring your score down. But the big one, if we're going to go back and pay attention to this slide, the big one here is that payment history and debt. That's
Okay.
6%. So payment history. I'm a big fan of bill pay. That helps your payment history. That wasn't around when I started paying bills. I will plug WSCC right now. We offer free bill pay, and I believe we had our all staff day on Monday, and we're bringing enhancements to bill pay and peer-to-peer payments. I don't have any more details. Just that's all we were told. But I'm really happy with our bill pay as it is. So I can't imagine like how much cooler it's going to be. We'll if you're paying your bills on time, we'll take the extra step and report that to the credit bureaus. And financial institutions don't necessarily have to do that. So not to go down the rabbit hole, but debt is another one. So are you saddled with debt? If those two variables, if you have those going for you, then that length of credit history, well, if you're a young person, what are you going to do? What are you going to do if you're 23, 24, 25 years old? If you're 35, 45, 55, 65, then that's going to, that's a lot easier for you to hit on all cylinders on that one. But I wasn't aware that length of credit history and having that credit relationship was affecting my ability to get loans until I took this role at the credit union. So,
So a couple of other questions, if you don't mind, Brian. I'm just looking at the presentation you gave before, and I think these are important things for people to know. What is on your credit report and what is not on your credit report?
Oh, yes. Well, we can start with, do you have that slide up?
I do. If you want me to share it, I can do it.
Yeah, share it. That generally, that'll generate, if I recall, that generates quite a few questions.
Okay. I may need you to stop sharing.
So,
no, maybe I did. Can you see it?
Do I need to hit stop sharing?
No, I think I got it. Can you guys all see? Can you see it, Linda? Thumbs up. No, you can't see what's on your credit score. Okay. Yeah, please stop. Okay, thank you. Okay, yeah, Brian, if you could please stop sharing.
Have I stopped sharing?
Got it. Okay, so this is the slide. I'm sorry, I'm not going to put it in slide mode because then it screws up my screens. But you can see this on here. Can you see it? What is on your credit report? Can you see it, Brian?
I can, yes.
Okay.
I believe the one that's changed is cell phones.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So in fact, there's some interesting things going on in the world of credit, and it's all you can boil it down to people want to make loans. The fancy, the banks, everybody wants to make loans. So they're trying to figure out creative ways to do that. So, and cell phone payment history, I think, was preventing some people from taking loans. Remember it used to cost, 20 years ago, you get like 100 texts a month. And then that 101st text was like 65 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Like the next 100 texts would cost you, $65. Imagine doing that.
Yeah. Those are the years when I had new teenagers using text messaging and
I'm sorry.
Small loan to Verizon. Okay, so then this is what it shows is not on your credit report.
Yeah, so private debt, that's the that would be borrowing from, that'd be like, hey, Tracy, can I borrow $5,000? Like, or can I buy $500? I'm just short on my rent or my car payment this month. And, oh, Brian, I've known you for years. I know you, yeah, of course you're good for it. So that'll never go on the credit report, and that has the potential to ruin a relationship. So utility payment history, yeah, that doesn't go on there. Landline doesn't go on there. However, if you're using bill pay at WSCCU and you ask them to report it, they will. So they'll say, hey, this person's
Oh, really?
Yes.
Huh. Okay, and then this might be a good information.
Yes, that's a very, in fact, I'm not sure if there was a participant last time that was going through something with their daughter,
Yeah.
who was victimized. And,
That was me.
how you doing, Cheryl?
No, it was Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
Okay, Jennifer. Yes. No, I thought did I text you this information?
Well, if this is, I had talked to you guys about this at the WACTE conference.
Oh, yes. I do.
Yeah, that she was on her credit card, and I just texted her. I said, hey, have you checked lately? She said, not lately, because as of 3 months ago, it's still on. So anyway.
Yes.
So that's just looking at the credit, being able to look at the credit reports and see things that are wrong on there, right?
Yes. So you get, I believe what you're, so if you call Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion and get your credit report, your free credit report, which you're entitled to every 12 months, once a year, you can get a free credit report from all these. I strongly suggest that the first time you do it, there's two ways you can do it. Get them all at once, or right now I get one every 4 months. But when I first started doing this, I got them all at once, and I was blown away at how different they were. So the revenue for these three companies is in the trillions. Their profit is in the billions, and they basically hold the keys to the castle of yes or no, whether or not you can go buy that loan, you can get that, or you go buy that car, you go buy a house, or take a loan out to the lifestyle loan, or to get something you want in life, or college or tuition, or any of that. They depend on your financial institution who they have a relationship with. This is very important. And the fact that all three of them are drastically different I was very shocked. But they're for-profit businesses, and they don't play well in the sandbox. If it works for them, if it benefits them, if it profits them, great. So these are not they're not your buddies, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, well, I'm going to stop sharing, Brian. If you want to go back, if anybody